Warning, this program depicts potentially dangerous scientific experiments which are being performed by professionals under controlled conditions. You should not attempt to recreate or reenact any of the experiments seen on this program. To do so would be effing stupid. Today on It's Effin' Science, we're hacking into science to create the ultimate boom, a sonic boom. Blow it up! Watch as we rocket skateboards into the space age. We'll go bar hopping and whip out some scientific know-how to pull off a bet you can't lose. Are you ready to give your woman a lap dance of her dreams? And we take solar power for a wild ride.
Number one, dude.
F the lab coats.
F the textbooks.
Our job's to hack science.
To make your life easier.
To win a bar bet.
To impress your friends.
Or just for the hell of it.
It's not science. It's effin' science. Science fairs. They say what happens there stays there. That's because no one else is interested. For instance, what would a science fair be without that lonely, red-headed kid demonstrating how to make a sonic boom by cracking a whip? Well, this is an effin' science project. And I think we can do a little better than that. Interested now?
Ah! Christmas is here! Yes! Like I'm a big bear!
The tip of a bullwhip actually travels at the speed of sound, creating a shockwave. The sound produced by the shockwave is called a sonic boom. But we've beefed up this science fair project effin' science style, and we've come up with 3 way cooler demonstrations of a sonic boom than just your everyday bullwhip. Sonic booms are typically associated with fighter jets accelerating past the speed of sound. As the jet flies through the air, it creates a series of pressure waves in front and behind it. When the jet flies faster, the waves are forced together, eventually merging into a single shockwave at the speed of sound. Okay, as entertaining as this is, I think we can do even better than that. So today we're going to use a sonic boom to blow up a van.
Oh, thank you! May I please have another sonic boom?
But first, we're going to start with some smaller sonic booms.
This is called primer cord. We've threaded it through several pieces of fruit. When I detonate it, it's going to burn faster than the speed of sound and create a sonic boom, which will make a really cool fruit salad.
Primer cord, or detonating cord, is a less stable relative of TNT. It burns at roughly 3.3 miles per second, which is about 15 times faster than the speed of sound. As the burning matter breaks the speed of sound, the sonic boom occurs. Okay, blow it up!
3, 2, 1!
The fruit explodes because of the force of the sonic boom shockwave, which radiates out and away from the primer cord in every direction. For our next experiment, we're going to try and take control of the sonic boom and aim its destructive force at a specific target.
Now what we're going to try to do today is make a directional wave using a sonic boom from primer cord.
To demonstrate a directional sonic boom, we're spinning primer cord into a pancake shape and surrounding it with windows. The multiple rings of primer cord on the flat side of the pancake should produce a bigger shockwave than the single strand of primer cord on the edge. If everything goes the way we've planned, the 4 windows in a row should be destroyed and the windows on the side should be okay.
Okay, ready guys?
Yep.
3, 2, 1! Oh! Jeez! Now that was an effing explosion. Did it work?
Look at this! Completely blew out these guys, gone.
Right.
This one, yeah, it's seen better days.
Right.
This one, at least the frame is intact. And look, over here, barely went through because the energy's dissipated.
Okay.
Dude, your idea worked.
Crazy.
I'm pretty impressed, man.
See? Directional sonic boom.
Can we please blow up that van now? Please.
Let's go. I want to go too. Come on.
We've seen the power of a shockwave from a sonic boom. Now we're going to see what happens when we unleash a sonic boom inside a closed van.
For this next experiment, we're going to be using a binary explosive. It's basically made from two innocuous materials. In fact, one of them's found in Etch-a-Sketch. But when you combine the two together, it makes for a powerful explosive.
A binary explosive consists of a catalyst and an oxidizer, neither of which are explosive by themselves. Only something traveling faster than the speed of sound, for example, a speeding bullet from a high-powered rifle, can get them to detonate. When the bullet strikes the binary explosive, the energy from the impact sets off a chain reaction that produces a supersonic blast.
We're using 10 pounds of this binary explosive, which should make for a huge sonic boom inside this van.
To make sure we hit the tub of explosives, we've attached it to the inside wall of this van and painted a big red target on it so I know exactly where to aim. Okay, ready, guys?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, let's make a sonic boom!
Yeah!
3, 2, 1! Blew off, dude!
Yeah, what's up, dude? Oh, man, look at the windshield.
Oh, look at the wipers!
Look at this, man.
Oh my gosh!
What? Oh, my
Dude,
God.
I didn't even see that the windshield blew, and we couldn't even tell from there.
The whole thing peeled open.
It like bloomed like a flower. Normally when a sonic boom occurs, the shock wave is strongest at its starting point, and the wave's energy gradually diminishes as it spreads out in all directions. When a sonic boom takes place in a confined space, say a van, the shock wave doesn't have a chance to dissipate. The entire force of the wave strikes the walls and roof of the van, which are definitely no match for the power of a supersonic blast. So, from a sonic boom that kept Mark in line to a boom that took out his ride home, I think we've learned the lesson that sonic booms are effin' awesome. Now that was an effin' science project. Coming up, we hack science to bring skateboards into the 21st century. And later on, we tap into solar power to come up with some effin' cool gadgets.
All new Friday at 11, only on G4.
Some scientists spend their entire lives trying to figure out stupid things like what's the nature of matter and what's the origin of the universe. Well, we here at It's Effin' Science realize your time is valuable. So that's why we like to spend our time trying to figure out new ways to use science to F around.
Love skateboarding, but hate all that annoying exercise? You know what? I do. And that's why today, just for the F of it, we are going to try and create a rocket-powered skateboard.
That's right, we're going to attach a rocket to a regular skateboard. A rocket in its simplest form is a chamber enclosing a gas under pressure. A small opening at one end of the chamber allows the gas to escape, and in doing so, provides a thrust that propels the rocket in the opposite direction. The key to hacking a great rocket skateboard is getting the right amount of thrust. Too much thrust will propel the skateboard too far, too fast, and too little thrust will not propel it anywhere.
The fuel for our skateboard rocket actually only consists of 3 different materials. Pure granulated sugar, which provides the bulk of the energy for the chemical reaction. Potassium nitrate, which is an accelerant and speeds up that chemical reaction. And finally, pure maple syrup. Now this adds flexibility to the mixture so that it doesn't crack prematurely, because if it did, it would explode, and we don't want Mark riding a bomb.
Chad, it's not that I don't trust you, man. I just don't trust you. So I'm going to put in my stunt double right here, Durwood.
Well, let's try it.
Good luck, buddy. Love you. Me proud.
Okay, Mark, really pay attention to how it goes over the ramp, okay?
Why?
So you can stick the landing.
Okay.
Go!
He's gone!
How's the skateboard?
Dude, I am not getting on that.
It's fine. Look, the skateboard's in perfect condition.
Yeah, where's Durwood?
You'll add more weight, it won't go so fast.
Yeah, and you'll sit on this stick. It'll be great.
Sure.
The problem with this dummy run was that there wasn't enough weight on the board for the amount of thrust in the rocket. But like Chad said, Once Mark gives it a go, the thrust-to-weight ratio should be just right, since Mark is clearly heavier than Durwood. Chad is headed back to the drawing board, though, to make a few adjustments to ensure that Mark doesn't fall off due to the high initial force produced when the engine is ignited.
I made a few modifications to our rocket skateboard. I added a recoil spring in here, which will basically cushion that initial thrust. I also added a kill switch system. It's basically these two canisters, one with pressurized air, the other with water, and a dead man switch. So if the skater falls off, he releases the switch, and that pressurized air will push the water through the rocket and extinguish it. This should be ready to go.
All right, man. I'm ready.
Don't you think it's a little overkill on the safety gear here?
Nope. This is a fashion statement.
The wrong one.
It's just a skateboard.
It is not a skateboard. That looks like a hot tub pump and a mini missile launcher. All right, guys. Here goes something.
Hey, the good news, if you crap your pants, we won't even know.
What? I'm a little nervous. Okay.
Go, buddy, go.
Okay. You ready?
Do it! You can do it!
3, 2, 1. Ignition. Lift off.
I was up!
I didn't even see your face, but when you jumped off, you looked terrified. I could just tell. The skateboard works, but Mark doesn't. So let's bring in the real deal. William, come on in.
I saw you did pretty good.
This is skateboarder sarcasm, by the way.
You can try this on here. It's a little pre-sweated.
I'm not sure I'm gonna go with that outfit.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
No,
That's nice.
Just don't think I can make it look as good as you do. This guy's professional. We got a rocket. Let's get some air. Okay.
There he goes.
Land it, land it, land it. Oh. So close. After several tests, we finally got the right amount of thrust for the rocket. So then why did the Pro fall off? Because it's a skateboard with a rocket attached, people. It's a little bit more difficult to ride.
I don't think that thing is safe, man.
That thing is probably not safe. You're right.
Maybe I should have grabbed it. I don't know.
There you have it.
All right, so it isn't really rocket science. It's just us effing around. Coming up, we hack together some cool gadgets that use the awesome power of the sun. Solar power is all the rage, but are scientists working on anything of practical day-to-day use? No! They're spending their time on frivolous concerns like power grids and space exploration. Well, on It's Effin Science, we are all about your needs and what'll make your life easier. So this is what's effin' new in solar power. Today, we're gonna make a few things that'll make your life easier by getting you around town, getting your messages out, all by using the sun.
Totally want one of these.
Okay, Mark, but first we need to find some cheap solar cells to produce the amount of electricity we need. But they're pretty complicated to make, so instead we're gonna hack into some solar cells you might have lying around the house. A solar cell contains a semiconductor like silicon. When light strikes the cell, a portion of it is absorbed by the silicon. The energy of the absorbed light knocks loose electrons in the silicon, creating electric current. First step, are you the kind of person who texts so much that your fingers go numb? Well, here's a way to make sure that your cell phone never dies again.
Yep, dead.
See? Why run up your electricity bill charging your cell phone every 15 minutes when you could have a solar-powered phone charger?
That is sweet.
Yeah, it's gonna look good.
This is a solar-powered garden light. You could buy it at a garden store or home improvement store. The solar cell on top soaks up the energy from the sun during the day and stores it as electricity to be used at night. We're going to take the solar cells and use them for the power we're going to need.
Each of our garden solar cells will output about 2.5 volts. By wiring 2 of these together, we can produce about 5 volts of electricity, which is enough to power a portable gaming device like a PSP. We can then wire another set of 2 cells in parallel in order to give us the amperage that we need to charge the battery pack.
We've hacked together the solar cells that we collected from the garden lights and connected that to a cell phone battery pack. The solar cells are attached to the carrying case, so now whenever you walk outside, you're charging your cell phone at the same time.
Now you no longer have to worry about being stranded with no way to power a dying cell phone. This solar electricity technology could revolutionize telecommunications for emergencies, like a rural forest fire or a last-minute Dancing with the Stars vote. Now, what good is having a mobile phone if you're not mobile? Now, your everyday garden solar cells aren't enough to power much, so we're bringing in a much larger solar panel that is enough to power a mini bike.
Yep, and this little dude will go about 5 miles on a single charge.
To make this little guy run, we had to find an efficient electric motor. This drill fits the bill perfectly. It has enough torque to turn the flywheel, but to power our solar-powered mini bikes, we need a little bit more juice than we can get out of a solar panel from a garden light. So I've rigged these 4 panels here and connected it to an AC inverter. We get DC power out, but we need AC power for our charger. So plug it into the inverter, and now we can use solar power to charge our batteries for the drills.
We've added a special attachment to the bike that allows a power drill to propel the drive shaft. This energy travels through a gearbox to the wheel and gives the bike the power it needs to run.
Now we attach the drill on the back, and the chuck goes right over the shaft. So now when the drill spins, it's actually going to turn this horizontal gear inside and power the drivetrain.
Number 1, dude.
You got rammed.
Spinners, baby! Spinners!
Wait, where'd you guys go?
And that's what's Effin new. When we return, we present yet another bet you can't lose. Mr. Science, meet Mr. Booze.
Effin science is awesome!
On G4.
Gamblers like to talk about the sure thing, but those sure things lose them a lot of money. If you want a real sure thing, all you need is a little Effin science. These are bets you can't lose. One of the best places to bring a sure thing? A bar.
Because most people won't remember what happened.
Hi guys, do you mind if I interrupt? You guys like bets?
Yeah?
I bet you I can get her to fit through this business card. I can fit her entire body through this business card. I bet you I can fit my whole body through this business card.
Whole body.
No way. I don't think you can do it.
So what do I get if I win?
If you win, I'll buy you guys a round of drink.
And if I lose?
If you lose, you have to stand on this booth, drop your pants, you have to give her a lap dance. What do you think?
That's a bet.
That's a bet.
All right, shake on it. Done. Okay. So easy.
Bit me through the card though?
Might just be your unlucky day.
And what if I just close the scissors?
On your fingers? Then you lose a finger. Now we have a business card. Oh, wow. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger. I don't know, I have a pretty big set of hips. All right, we have a business card that your girlfriend can fit through. Oh, this is where it gets tricky. Oh, this is where the boys like to watch. Oh, snap. With this bet, it's all just a matter of spatial relations. Even though it's a tiny business card, there is more than enough paper within it to pull off the trick if you maximize all of the available surface area. You guys are dropping trow. Are you ready to give your woman a lap dance of her dreams?
I don't know.
You're blushing.
what's the effing secret? All it takes is 3 simple moves. First, the fold. Fold the business card in half long ways. And then the cross cuts. Cut the folded card from opposite directions. First the folded side, then the open side. Being careful never to allow any individual cut to go all the way through. For best results, make sure the first and last cuts you make are from the folded side. Lastly, cut all the folded edges except the first and last. Open it up, and before you know it, you've got them jumping through effing hoops.
What you'll get strangers to do in a bar.
You're just lucky we're wearing drawers today.
Oh my god, he just exposed himself.
Hey!
Alright, put your pants back on. We are never doing that again. So that's it for today's show, but just remember, there's a reason why they call it a sonic boom.
You'd have to be a dummy to ride a rocket-powered skateboard.
It's time for solar power to the people, baby.
It's not science, it's effin' science.
What are we blowing up next?
But seriously, did you guys see my wallet? No?